Kennesaw man is behind bars after police say he tried to kidnap a child in an Ackworth Walmart. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond live at the Cobb County Jail. And Sarah, the child's mother said this was just terrifying.
Right, we talked to the child's mother who says her son is safe and with her, but she says those terrifying moments could have ended very differently. So Ackworth police say that this man, 56-year-old Mahendra Patel from Kennesaw, tried to snatch the child away from his mother in the Walmart on Cobb Parkway last week. Caroline Miller, the toddler's mom, said they were in the aisle when Patel came up and asked her where the Tylenol was. When she raised her arm to point, she says that's when he grabbed her son. Thankfully, she said she still had a grip on him, and they entered what she described as a tug of war for about 10 seconds.
And I'm like, no, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? And I got him back, and then he just stared at me and then goes, oh, I just wanted to get him out of your lap so you could get up and help me. Which was weird. That didn't make any sense. And then he just walked off.
Patel is charged.
Smoke detector beeping in the background. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear the smoke detector beeping in the background? That's the first sign of some bullshit going on. That's the first sign of some bullshit that is afoot. Did y'all hear the smoke detector in the background? Hold on, I'm gonna rewind it so y'all can. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. I'm gonna rewind it so y'all can catch it.
I got him back, and then he just stared at me and then goes, oh, I just wanted to get him out of your lap so you could get up and help me.
Y'all heard it?
Weird. That didn't make any sense.
Y'all heard it, right?
And then he just walked off.
All right.
Patel is charged with simple assault, simple battery, and kidnapping. He's being held here at the Cobb County Jail without bond. Live in Cobb County, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News.
So, let's do a quick recap. This woman said that she was in Walmart. She was strolling along, shopping normally. That everything was going perfectly. And then out of nowhere, this guy came in and he asked her if she could help him find something. She said that she told him, pointing off in the direction of where he could find it. And she says that out of nowhere, he just tried to grab her little white baby. And she says he grabbed, and then she grabbed, and then they going back and forth in a tug of war. They just having it out up in Walmart. Nobody else sees this, by the way. Nobody else sees it. No witnesses. In Walmart. Okay. But they having this huge tug of war. She's yelling and screaming, hey, what are you doing? That's my baby. That's my little white baby. Stop trying to take my baby. All right. So this man, she calls the cops, and I'm assuming this dude, I guess after he tried to unsuccessfully steal her white baby, I guess he stood around. I guess he just waited. He just went on about his Walmart trip like, oh, well, I guess I'll go get that roll of paper toilet now. I didn't successfully steal the baby. Darn. Guess I'll go finish my Walmart trip and grab that pack of Arizona iced teas over there that I was going to get instead, right? So he just goes on about his Walmart trip. She calls the police. The police show up. They take this man into custody. They drag him down to the DeKalb County Detention Center where he is arrested and assumed guilty, right? There's a whole big display. You see this news clip right here. News makes news headlines everywhere. This guy is a criminal and a piece of trash. He should be locked away, right? Not so fast, little white woman. Not so fast. Not so fast.
Cobb County man is in jail on charges of attempted kidnapping. His attorney says surveillance video shows he never tried to take the child. He was trying to help the mother. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Ackworth. And Denise, police are now responding to the release of that video.
That's right. Police are saying they are aware of the video that has been shared, but they also say they can't release any more information about this case because it is still active and ongoing. 56-year-old Mahendra Patel is in the Cobb County Jail charged with attempted kidnapping. Ackworth police say last month, Patel tried to snatch a little boy from his mother's arms inside this Walmart on Cobb Parkway. Patel's attorney, Ashley Merchant, says this video she shared with Fox 5 shows that's not what happened.
You can see when Mr. Patel enters the store. You can see when he first encounters Miss Miller.
Caroline Miller is in the motorized cart. She has one child at her feet, another child in her lap. In the video, Patel's back is to the camera. Merchant says her client is simply asking where the Tylenol is, not trying to steal her little boy.
You can't see this tug of war or grabbing back and forth. You see him lean in. And I mean, it's very likely that he was doing exactly what he says, which is trying to stop the child from falling.
Later, after Patel leaves the area, you can see Ms. Miller crash into a display case and one child falling. Another man steps in to help. The video goes on to show Patel with the Tylenol and even showing it to Ms. Miller.
He shows it to her and she gives him a thumbs up.
He checks out, paying with his debit card, and talks to employees on his way out of the store.
Not fleeing, not in a hurry, not running away, nothing like that, not trying to hide what just happened or anything. It's just you don't see anything.
Ackworth police released a statement saying, while they are limited to the details they can provide to preserve the integrity of the case, they are aware of the partial video that has been released to the public. Merchant says there are approximately 70 hours of surveillance video. She says she released segments that show the interaction between Patel and the little boy's mother.
I tried very carefully to make sure that all different angles were able to be viewed. Perhaps they could go back and actually watch the rest of the surveillance videos and see.
And Patel has been indicted on 3 charges: attempted kidnapping, simple battery, and simple assault. He has now been in the Cobb County Jail for 27 days.
What I'm showing y'all today is why it is that we don't just automatically believe all women. Because we have some dastardly, terrible, and horrible people out here with no moral values and no moral compass. This is why I'm showing y'all right here. I'm giving you prime evidence right here. Let's watch.
Theo is accused of a terrible crime, snatching a little boy at Walmart. The mother's accusation was disturbing.
Did someone try to take you from Mommy?
Yeah.
Caroline Miller says it started when the shopper asked where he could find Tylenol at a Walmart in Atlanta.
It's over there. And as soon as I did that, that's when he just picked him up out of my arms.
What followed, she said, was a tug-of-war over the kid. She called 911.
I was in the Walmart and I had to rip my baby out of some other man's hands because he was trying to snatch him.
Someone trying to snatch your baby?
Yes.
56-year-old Mahendra Patel was charged with kidnapping and simple assault. But this newly released surveillance tape appears to paint an entirely different picture, showing Patel asking Miller about the Tylenol. And you can see her pointing toward the drug aisle.
What is going on there? Because that is the point where she is alleging he was trying to grab her son and she was pulling him back.
Her children are sort of hanging off of this cart, and you see Mr. Patel almost lean in to help. And then moments later, literally split seconds later, she starts to rise to point out the Tylenol. Then within 1 or 2 seconds after that, you see her in a screen laughing with another gentleman.
The tape shows that minutes after she claimed he tried to kidnap her son, there was a subsequent encounter where Patel shows the woman he found the Tylenol. He then checks out, stops to talk to an employee, then leaves.
I think it's crystal clear from the video. You can see that there's no assaulting conduct. You can see there's no battery. You can see he doesn't actually take the child from the mother.
The shopper in this video is accused of a terrible crime.
All right. So now we have the context, the full context of what happened, right? She said that she was in a tug of war with this man, that he grabbed her baby, tried to rip the baby up out her arms. She went so far as to she got the baby lying to the media. She got the baby lying. She went so far as to brainwash her own child into believing that he was almost kidnapped by a stranger. This is one evil bitch. This is one evil bitch. Meanwhile, she's riding around in an electric scooter in Walmart where it doesn't appear that anything is wrong with her. She's just riding. Why are you riding an electric scooter? But all right, let's assume that I don't know, maybe her fucking ankle was broken or whatever. So she's riding around an electric scooter. Her kids are hanging halfway out the goddamn cart. She don't have no control over them. They all over the place. This gentleman stops and asks, "Hey, do you know where the Tylenol is?" She says, "Oh yeah, it's over there." He walks off, grabs the Tylenol, comes back, shows her, "Hey, I grabbed the Tylenol, thanks a lot," and then proceeds to go on about his way. She proceeds to ride off in her little electric scooter, ride around the store. She has another 2 or 3 more conversations, and then he makes his purchase and leaves the store. When she leaves the store, she decides, just because I didn't like him approaching me or talking to me, is what I assume it was, because what other reason did she have to call the police? So she decides in that moment, you know what? Now's a really good time to make some shit up. I want to make the news headline. Could you imagine being in a relationship with this woman? Could you imagine being the father of those kids and having to deal with the baby mama that's like this? Could you imagine the headache that she is behind the scenes? Could you imagine the lies that she's told behind the scenes? Could you imagine the kind of person and the kind of woman that she actually is on the inside that the father has had to deal with over the years with fathering 2 kids with this woman? Could you imagine being in a relationship with her? Or even being connected through childbirth with this woman? Could you imagine it? The horror of it all. The horror of it all. Because what else have you lied about? And she just made this up on the fly. For no reason at all. For no reason at all, y'all. She called the police on this man, had him arrested, had him dragged down to DeKalb County. For no reason at all. His freedom was infringed and encroached upon for no reason. And all he did was go to Walmart to get some Tylenol, probably because he had a headache. And ended up going to jail. All because of this white hoe had nothing better to do than ride around a Walmart in an electric scooter and lie on people. This is insane. This is insane. There has to be something happening in the law. For this woman, we gotta start prosecuting these hoes. There has to be something that happens to her. We need a way to weed out the bad fruit. And I don't see no other way of making that happen other than holding these people responsible to the letter of the law. Start making them do the time that they were going to enforce upon that man. Whatever time they were going to give him for attempted kidnapping, give it to her ass. I bet you we start to see some changes out here. I bet you. But for as long as women have the ability to call the police or to call the authorities on men for no reason other than they looked at them, and then subsequently have that man arrested, as long as that is a possibility, shit will never be right. We will always have to do our own investigations to find out if this hoe is lying or not. This is exactly why we don't believe all women. This is exactly why that slogan can go to hell. She had nothing else better to do but lie on this man for no reason at all. No reason at all, y'all. What an evil, evil demon. I feel sorry for those kids because now those kids are going to be a product of whatever the fuck she is on the inside. Could you imagine how these kids about to grow up? And I don't even think anything's going to happen to her. I hope it does. I hope they follow up. I hope they prosecute her to the full extent of the law for lying. I hope so. I hope. But will she do any real time? No. She'll just go on and live her life normally. You'll see her riding around through the aisles of Walmart tomorrow where the badass kids hanging out the cart. This shit has got to stop, yo. It's gotta stop. We gotta start holding these people accountable. And I mean holding them accountable by putting them, locking their ass up under the jail. That's where she belongs. Can't imagine being her fucking baby daddy. I already know the lies that she done told the courts. I already know of the lies that she done told family. I already know the type of person she is. I hope she gets everything that's coming to her. Anyway, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll see y'all in the next one.